Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly Taroscope reading for March the 21st through to the 27th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the cards, thank you, truly thank you for all the support, all the love that you send my way each and every day. Thank you so much. Now, let's get to the energy of the cards. We start with the Queen of Swords. So there is a strength, there is a determination in you this week and going forward, absolutely. The things won't stand in your way. Now, with the Queen of Swords, I often relate to her as the mom in the deck. Okay, and if you think of mothers with their young, especially in the wild, they will go to, they'll go to death before you can harm their child. And so you will be, you don't need to be, you will be like that with your dreams, with your ambitions of who you want to become this week. That those are your children. It's ready for the fight, ready for, having the determination. Knowing that you are going forward in a certain way. Tapping into that knowing, into that wisdom. Not allowing people to push you off your path or let other things get in the way and take your focus off the goal, the desire, the dream going forward. We also have the Five of Wands. So it has a lot to do with the people in our lives. Now, in any kind of competition, in any kind of competition setting, whether or not you're going for a job, a promotion, stature in the community, getting people to work with you, you are the choice. There's no other way of saying that. You stand above. You're the cream. Okay, you rise to the top. But it's also understanding how other people mesh in your life. Who is important? Who weighs you down? Who raises you up? And right next to it, we have the Seven of Swords. So I think you are also looking at the honesty and the integrity of the people that surround you. If they are like-minded, if they are trying to sabotage you in some way, I mean, just keep your eyes kind of peeled for people that may be trying to backstab or to bring you down or to weigh you down or take you off your goals or your dreams in some way this week. I think there's a lot to do with people because it was the second card. We also have the Seven of Wands crossing over all of this. So it's the declarations we are making. The declarations we're probably making publicly this week since it is over the Five of Wands. Hello, Peanut. Because Peanut wants to be petted. With the Seven of Wands, we're making a declaration in who we are. The dreams we want in our life, the things we want to manifest in our lives, who we want to, we're shouting out to the world our capabilities, what we bring to the table, where we want to go. And I think we're more vocal. Usually I think that is a lot of times a declaration just to ourselves. But this week it could be to other people in our lives. We have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is the undercurrent of the reading. So we need to... What, Peanut? What, baby? We need to understand that we have come through fires. We've come through chaos. We've come through tears. We've come through sorrows. Yes, we've gained great wisdom. And yes, we are still here. We've made it to this point in time. But we also, so this week is an important week where we are giving up our thanks that we've made it to this point, giving up our thanks for the wisdom that we have accumulated on our path. But we also need to ask for the protection forward, that our path is straight, that we gain the wisdom going forward to make the right decisions, to step into the right opportunities, to make the right calls in our life. We have the Four of Swords as the overall energy for the week. Now with the Four of Swords, this is definitely a card that says rest and relaxation, meditation and prayer, that you don't want to be pushing yourself to the extreme. And with the Seven of Swords as your first card, you could very well be doing that. Peanut knows if he comes around to this side, he gets petted a lot easier. Yes, don't you, baby? So, you know, don't be afraid to unplug a little bit this week, to rest and recuperate, to recharge your batteries. Okay, don't push yourself to the extreme. And with the Seven of Swords, you could be pushing yourself to the extreme. So you want to make sure that you are not burning the candle at both ends, that you are taking care of yourself health-wise, that you are allowing for and being a little greedy for your need to recuperate, your rest. We have the Queen of Cups. And this is truly to love yourself, to understand the beauty of who you are, what you bring to the table. This is also the humanitarian in you coming out this week, having empathy for others, their path, and maybe helping in some way. So if you have an opportunity to help somebody this week, what goes around comes around, so to speak. You do get rewarded. It may not be instant, but you do get rewarded. But understand the beauty of what you bring to the table. Your gifts, your abilities, your talents. As we go into this weekend and into next week, I think with the Two of Wands here, we're going to understand that we have an imbalance in our life, that we are being drawn into a certain path, so to speak, that there's something maybe gnawing at your heart, your soul, of where you want to go, what you want to accomplish. But there's also an imbalance. There's something that needs to be taken care of in order to move forward. So it could be a conversation that you need to have with somebody. It could be a situation you need to put yourself into or pull yourself out of. It could be tying up loose ends in your life. It could be finalizing something, finishing something, in order to feel the balance, in order to feel the liberation, the freedom in going forward. And we have the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords together. So I think as you go into this weekend and next week, you not only have this amazing energy, this drive, this, you know, the Knight of Swords is, or let's get him up there. The Knight of Swords is all about holding your sword raised up high, rushing out into the battlefield, yelling charge, championing the cause, expecting, demanding success in your life. And failure is not part of the vocabulary, okay? And oftentimes knights bring in messages. So pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to those little messages you get, those aha moments, those epiphanies. They're going to mean something to you. They're going to give you direction. Now, with the Page of Swords, be careful, okay? We don't want to do something erratically. We don't want to do something too spontaneous. You know, with the Page of Swords, she just wants to get the energy flowing in the right direction. She wants to get movement forward. She wants the action plan to begin, which is great. But sometimes her energy is also doing something just for the sake of doing something. Doing something to maybe just watching the reaction of people, to get something happening, to get an energy flowing. But more times than not, when we don't think it through, it ends up blowing up in our face. So think it through. Make sure that you're not doing the knee-jerk energy, because I see a lot of energy wanting to go forward. For relationships, we have the Five of Pentacles. This could be where, with the Two of Wands, where there's an imbalance, something that needs to be finished, something that needs to be finalized. Maybe it is that conversation you need to have if you are in a relationship in order to move forward to a deeper level of commitment, to a deeper understanding of each other. If you are not in a relationship, this is about healing. This is about forgiving yourself, maybe. Forgiving the other person. Allowing yourself the freedom and the liberation of moving forward with the strength of knowing who you are, what you bring to the relationship. And for work, career, money, Six of Pentacles. It's the give and take, definitely. This is oftentimes something that you have done in the past that you didn't think you got ample reward for or noticed for or the credit for, and it comes around now to serve you. It comes now around to bring in that balance, bring in that payment. So it could have been where you have done something perhaps at work where you didn't really get the reward or the recognition that you thought you were going to get, or the pay that you thought you were going to get. But now it brings you into the line of a promotion or a pay raise or a new opportunity within the business or the corporation that you work for. This could be the give and take. This is where sometimes we need to make compromises in the workplace in order to move forward in the right direction. So it's about compromises this week, but I think more than anything, it is about where you have given. Now it's time to take. Now it's time to reap the rewards. So if this could be where you have been a student and you have been working hard in order to gain your wisdom, in order to gain your certification. And now the perfect job comes upon you. That it was worth the effort, where there wasn't any reward prior to it other than the certification or the diploma. Now that learning lands you going into the path of your dreams, going into the path of your wisdom. So there's a lot of ways this could play out depending on your own personal path. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.